and security frameworks.
President Trump has a bunch of very poor advisors, and he is being advised with a lot of ill advices. I would say that he's ill advised. And on top of that, he has no understanding about strategic relationship. He has no understanding about geopolitics. He has no understanding about foreign policy and economic diplomacy as such. So, in that sense, when the president himself is so, he's so, in a way, absolutely so vague about all this important permutation combination at the global level, the bunch of advisors has to be real good. But what I understand is like a man is known by the company he keeps. This is a normal saying in English. So he himself being so ignorant and so arrogant, his bunch of advisors also, I would understand, is a bunch of ignorant and arrogant people, and that's the reason U.S. policy in relation to the global world is taking a topsy-turvy curve, and it is on the toss. Just before the G7 summit itself, President Trump was talking about annexation of Greenland, and he was talking about Canada being the 51st state of United States of America. Now, if he considers Canada to be the 51st state of United States of America, why on the hell did he go for the G7 summit then in Canada? And then addressing the Premier of Canada as the Prime Minister of Canada. So it is actually making a mockery of what he says. Either it has to be either of the two. Either you accept Canada to be an independent country, or you accept Canada to be the 51st state of United States of America. If you are saying that Canada is the 51st state of US, then in that case, you should not have gone for the summit. So with that kind of duplicity, with that kind of, hiccups in his thinking itself with all his allies and with his NATO partners, I think he is creating a suicidal game for himself.
The RIC might never become a NATO or an EU, but it doesn't have to. It just has to cooperate when the US overreaches. That's already happening. In trying to isolate Russia, Trump softened the pressure on Putin. In trying to decouple China, he drove it toward deeper trade ties with Moscow. In punishing India over oil, he opened the door for New Delhi to reconsider who its real allies are.
That the whole global order is going on for a huge permutation combination, for a huge sea change. What I understand is President Trump has opened up too many fronts with too many countries. He is having a head-on kind of a coalition with Brazil, with the Latin American countries, with Mexico, with Argentina, with Paraguay, Colombia, Uruguay, or the whole southern continent, the continent of South America. He is also having problems with the South African president. He is having problems with the heads of states of other African countries. At the same time, he doesn't enjoy good relationship with NATO countries, his natural allies of the United States of America. He is having problems with Macron. He has problems with UK. He has problems with Germany, with Spain, with Portugal, with Italy. Name any European country. He's having problems. And on top of that, he has natural historic problems with Russia, with China, and now with India. And also he has problems, it seems, of late with Israel also on the issue of Hamas. And he does have problems with Iran, huge historic problems. He has problems with Middle Eastern countries also. So when he has opened up so many fronts, I think all these fronts would actually see the suicidal game of United States of America as a hegemonistic power. And in my understanding, gone are the days of 20th century when US used to bully each and every nation and used to attack each and every nation on one pretext or the other. Those days are gone. 20th century is not 21st century. In my understanding, in 21st century, the way the permutation combination is unfolding and the way it is changing in such a super fast way, I understand that sooner or later, in next couple of days time or next couple of months time, if the US president doesn't mend his ways, and if US doesn't mend his ways, US would be completely isolated at the global world.
This isn't a